All right. I think we're live now.
Woo!
Woo! Woody whoop! Let's see if anybody
Yay!
shows up. I don't know what's going to go on with the
Please
chat.
don't be mad at us.
Like Jake said, that
Come back.
nobody else could hear. It wouldn't be Saturday night in the summer podcast without some technical difficulties. Not real sure.
Summer loving.
Not really sure what the fuck happened. For some reason, my computer decided to not pick up the microphone, so I had to go in and delete everything out, restart it. But hey, we're here, episode 69.
69, dudes!
That
Wah,
clip,
wah,
of
wah,
course,
wah.
from if you didn't hear it before, because obviously nobody heard anything. That is a soundbite from the famous award-winning film, I believe 1980 something. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Damn.
You know, Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter, George Carlin, also in it. Trying to think if there's anybody else famous in it, other than obviously Abraham Lincoln, Joan of Arc, Socrates, Socrates,
So great.
the Babes.
It's like dust in the wind, guys.
Yeah. Life, dust, wind, dude. But then, of course, Socrates with, like, sand in the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. I've seen that movie probably over 100 times at this point.
Bogus Adventures is always my favorite.
It is. I have
So
not
I've
seen the
seen
new
that
one
one.
yet.
I haven't either. I've heard it's good, but
I've heard mixed reviews, so, like, I'm really scared to watch it.
I
Like,
don't need a new one. You know,
And then I just waited so long to watch it that I heard kind of how it ends. So I'm like, so.
Yeah. Ending was kind of disappointing.
yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't need.
So.
Yep.
But is what it is. Maybe we do a watch along on that when we get the Patreon set up, which Jake had a pretty cool idea about maybe doing a Patreon and then pre-show he can do some DJing for everybody.
Just get high like how Giorgio used to do
Yeah.
for Jack Sesh.
I've got the Patreon set up. We just have to start it and figure out content for it. But I don't know. Anybody listening or watching right now, definitely let us know, like, what if we started a Patreon. I think it's like $3 is the lowest you can go, which I think we can figure out a way to grind out $3 a month worth of content on the Patreon, even if it's obviously like me smashing pumpkins with my bare feet, because apparently that does well. But talking about infecting the homeless with rabies to take over China, YouTube doesn't like that because that got like 4 views, I think. I don't even know how many.
Apparently, people on my Snapchat didn't like that either because I had 3 people remove me for that one. So
Really?
Oh,
Is that
that's
like that's
hilarious.
we should have been doing shorts a long time ago, because that's not even close to the worst fucking thing that's been said on this show. Like, there's some awful shit on this show.
At least the worst thing said about homeless so far.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure when I had Hot Bob on, we were talking about his comment about how Lady and the Tramp should be canceled because it treats the homeless like people. Which, to this day, I can't even remember when he said it. He just said it on like an RPR episode one time. Just like one of, Hot Bob's random awesome one-liners. And I was like literally...
Bobism.
Yeah, I was literally like, I had coffee in my mouth, and it wasn't even a spit take. It came out of my nose.
Oh,
And hot coffee
ouch.
coming out of your nose fucking sucks. But I will say, taking caffeine to the dome like that, I was pinging, son, like a Malaysian Airlines black box.
God damn, that's like getting some of that powdered THC isolate and doing little bumps of it just to see what happens.
Oh shit.
Oof. What happens?
It's kind of, it hits kind of like an edible, but
Super
within.
high.
Yeah, no, the mucous membrane still absorbs it, so it's a little fun ride.
All right. Weird. But yeah, so...
I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do with THC.
Yeah, especially if you get the isolate, like the water soluble stuff, it absorbs into mucous membranes, so
Is that what you're on right now?
a little bit.
Yeah.
You're just snorting liquid then?
No, it's like a powder you stir into liquid.
Ah. See, but at that point, like, it'd be like kind of funny-ish, like if you like were out with your friends or something, and you had like some THC, like what you're talking about, and just made your friends think that it was like Coke and giving them bumps of Coke, but it's just THC. So the next thing you're like, dude, like this Coke's not working. Like I just kind of want to chill out and play Xbox.
They just go to sleep. That was weird.
You know, it even comes with a little spoon and everything too, so it's just like it.
Yeah, it's like I was taking this Coke trying to fuck. Now I just want to eat
Water
fucking Little
sign.
Caesars. Man, but episode 69. We're 69 episodes into this thing somehow. Yeah, but also when I was thinking about this, and it's not a hot take because I've heard it from many, many people, but like 69, the most overrated sexual position in history, right?
Anytime you say that, I always think of this scene in a movie called What's Your Number? And a girl says
On a
69.
Ferris, right?
Yes, 69 is for when you're 17 years old and you're trying to cram everything in all at once before your mom gets home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not out here
Yeah.
trying to say like 69 fucking sucks, but for the amount of hype it gets, right? And 69, nice. You know, I should have added that. Damn it, I should have had that sound button, which is like nice. And every time we say 69 during the episodes, nice, nice.
It's the sexy number. It's not necessarily, like, for me, it's not glorifying, because I really don't even think of the sexual position, actually, when I say 69. I'm like, it's just a sexy number, because
sex.
It's a fun
Like,
number. It's like a funny ring number.
actually doing that, I have an ex that was really into it, and I was like, for the love of everything holy, why? Like, ugh.
Yeah,
Being suffocated is fun.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I'm
No.
not trying to say like I'm not into it. Like it's a fun way to like warm up, I guess. But like nobody's
It's like if
nobody's
you're actually
coming from
trying,
that.
you're not paying attention to what you're feeling, and so it's just you're just canceling each other out and then like exhausting yourself at the same time.
It's an infinite loop of power.
It is. But you're also then like worried about like I'm sure both parties are like, does my butt smell? Oh God, I have to fart. You know, like
Never had those issues, but I have had one guy try to be the top during that.
oh, be the top on 69. Yeah, I mean you gotta play that a little differently. I mean. In reality, it's
image.
more like a 67 because the guy like has to kind of bend his knees a little bit to keep from just like going all the way down.
You gotta suck it from behind.
There you go.
Just that, like, just seeing that coming towards my face, like no, like it's seared into my brain.
Just
Yeah,
fucking hairy asshole.
Yeah.
And like dick and balls.
yeah. Can you imagine if you had like saggy?
No!
If you had like saggy.
No!
If you had like saggy balls, right? Like gravity is just like now the
They're
balls.
like banging on your chin.
They're like hitting
Well,
you.
like, thankfully, we were young. We were both still very, like, we were.
They wouldn't be on your chin
He
though.
was
They'd be like banging
21,
against
so,
your
like,
forehead.
Oh wait, yeah,
They're,
they'd
like,
be
raccoon goggles. So you got like nuts.
It didn't even get that close. Like, it was just the worst thing.
And then you
And
have,
I was like,
you know,
nope, we're not doing this. Stop this right now.
then you have like the side 69, where you're both on your sides. Made famous
oh no,
by that.
that's not been something I thought I
No.
knew was a thing. That is
It's
new to
the
me.
first time I ever saw that was it History of Violence? Viggo Mortensen and Maria Bello.
in a movie.
Yeah, and like their kid walks in, they're doing like on their side 69.
that looks like it's always uncomfortable for the woman in that one because she's got to like have her legs like fucking up in the air.
That was
on
just
one
like
side.
it's like your legs up in the air like a dog pissing. Like no.
Yeah.
Kinda. Hold on, let's do like History of Violence.
No.
But I mean, hey, like maybe
that's
somebody,
movie,
maybe
that's movie shit right there.
maybe
for
somebody was getting
sure.
like a leg cramp, like a calf was cramping up. Like I need to lie down. The other one's like, we're still 69, and damn it.
Like maybe if you need some earmuffs, you could do that one and just like put the
Right,
thighs
if
on
you're
your
just
ears.
bound
Like,
into-
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
See if I can find it. Google Images.
Google Images over here. Fucking
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen eating booty.
Eating, going down on Maria Bello, who's like one of the scariest hot chicks ever. But she always just looks so fucking angry, like every role she's
I
in.
love those women, especially the fucking mean ones. It's like, oh, please slap me.
If you don't know who
please.
that is, it's the person that owned Coyote Ugly and Coyote Ugly.
Okay.
She was also kind of like this hard ass in Precinct, or was it Assault on Precinct 19 or something like that?
What is that?
It's I don't know. I think it's like Lawrence Fishburne or something like they're somebody. It's been a very long time since I've seen it, but like they've got somebody locked up in a police precinct, and like the mob wants him back, so they like pretty much make a siege on this like police precinct kind of thing. But it gives new meaning to balls on your eyes. Was there? Davey said it gives new meaning to balls on your eyes. Was there? Was there another meaning to balls on your? I think balls on your eyes is pretty straightforward. I mean,
Maybe
That's,
keep your eye on the ball or the ball in your eye.
keep Your, keep
Yeah.
your eyes on the ball. Oh man, can you imagine too? Especially if they're saggy and hairy. Now you have like these hairy balls like tickling at your eyelashes.
It's like the hairs are going in your nose and shit.
And you're like trying to give him like the tap on the thigh, like, hey, cut it out, man.
You
Yeah.
gotta give it an oil check at that point.
Yeah. And then you have like the reverse 69, which I've only ever seen on a movie poster.
yeah,
That
that
reverse
was
69.
back breaking.
Yeah. Yeah. Reverse 69 where you're eating each other's asses. But like from the back. You have to be like a Chinese gymnast to pull it off.
You gotta like rotate your head and like go into it a cartwheel
You're going
to,
like
get into
backwards.
position.
Like you're going backwards on each other.
Oh, so it's like a fucking
Yeah.
like a crab move.
Do I have the poster somewhere handy? Somewhere down here. I have the poster for on the
Yeah.
Mason-Dixon line that Ross
You
signed
just
for
have to
me.
like break your spine and break your neck, and you can make.
One
it
second.
work.
Let me go get it. It's right there. I'll go get it.
Yeah, no, you don't have to break your spine for this. You just gotta be really good at fucking contorting your neck.
I said what I said. You have to break your spine.
All right, fucking. Charlie's the fucking
How
goth
serious
hostess over
are
here.
you about this?
So yeah, my on the Mason-Dixon line poster
Whoa.
signed
Yeah,
by V.
wait.
Ross Patterson. And then
Look at that. For the
The
audio
reverse
listeners, it's like a
69. I know.
Ouroboros.
for the audio listeners, go watch on YouTube. It's two men eating each other's asses on the poster.
And then if you just like get into a downhill roll with that one, you could just fucking go it forever.
You know.
I'm just noticing that one dude doesn't have any feet.
You don't need
Well,
feet to eat
It
ass.
makes it easier.
It was the Civil War. I mean, there were some gruesome injuries.
Took a cannonball to the toe.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you think Al Pacino was 69 in that chick before he fucking blew a load in her?
No, he needs his
No.
DNA test, dude. That's not his kid.
Right? I heard that. Like,
Oh,
but
he knew there was something foul.
but I think they have come back that it is his kid, right?
He's just like trying to make shit spicy. Just like give a DNA test.
He's like, I don't cream pie anymore.
Yeah.
It just is
Nobody
dust.
gets these Pacino loads.
Yeah, like I come powdered milk at this point.
You would think, but dudes, up until the day they die.
Yeah.
Unless he got like a vasectomy and he's like, nah, bitch.
Yeah, this bitch. But
You think?
you know, I just hope
Think
somebody.
you can fuck with me?
I just hope somebody was like, or he was just like, when he heard the news, he's like, "What was I thinking?" Like cream pie this girl, and somebody was just like, "Cause she's got a great ass." From Heat, by the way. Line from Heat, one of his best movies. But it is wild. Like, also like she's 29 and like he's 83. And then also, like, she was like dating Mick Jagger at one point, like recently.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I
like,
thought Mick Jagger had a kid not that long ago.
I mean, it was a while ago, but he was still fucking. He's like in his 60s or 70s, right? That was like 10 years ago, I think. Every time we
Yeah,
look
he's
these
like a
things up, I'm like, that
7-year-old.
wasn't that long ago. And I look it up, I was like, oh, like Casey Anthony was like fucking 12 years ago. Who knew? You know, so Jagger kid.
Yeah, I think he has like I think it was like 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, the youngest is
I
older.
thought he had like a
though.
7-year-old too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kid does not like 24. But yeah, I don't know. It's still fucking. What are these old people doing? Just dropping loads in young chicks, especially if you're rich. Like, you should know better, right? A
You gotta keep
29-year-old,
your eye full.
like, is Al Pacino and like Robert De Niro. Even though I think Robert De Niro's girlfriend is a little older, right? Or is she
I
younger?
think she's like 30s.
I will say De Niro, maybe not. They both look pretty bad at this point. De Niro and Pacino.
I mean,
Wonder how much
just like on
fucking
Sex in the
Viagra.
City, they said if you turn off the lights, it all feels the same.
Oh no.
Especially when.
I mean, if there's Viagra involved, it's probably going to.
How much Viagra? Do you think they have like a fucking IV situation where they just get the thing and inject
Right.
it into the IV?
Yeah, it's like
So you can
melting
just
it down.
Bam!
crush them up and snort them.
I'm about to say, are they taking those to the dome? Like, whatever the fuck your goddamn weed powder was?
No, you gotta fucking boof Viagra.
Yeah. Yeah, that 29-year-old chick's just crushing it up and blowing it in Al Pacino's fucking 83-year-old asshole.
Hey, hit the right on the prostate, you know?
God, imagine what that ass looks like. Oof. Jesus.
Think it's hairy?
That's why you have to turn the
Nah,
lights off.
probably not hairy. It was just probably just like wet grocery bags hanging off his hips. You know, like, ugh. But hey, pushing rope. I recently heard that. I think Delco said that. And it took
Pushing
me a
rope?
second, and I was like, oh, yep, that makes sense. Been there. Look too much
Yep.
Fireball. Lady gets frisky. Like, okay, fine. And you're like, come on, come on. Nothing happens. Like, fuck.
Oh, it's like fucking on mushroom shit.
I've never fucked on a mushroom.
I've never done mushrooms.
I've never done
makes
mushrooms.
it feel like it's lasting longer, but in reality, you never know.
Yeah. Have you ever had those like have you ever
What?
have you ever looked back at like a morning after kind of thing, or where it's like, man, like in the heat of the moment, this sex is probably really hot. But then once you like think about it sober, you're like, that sex was probably really gross looking. Just like two people just like,
I love
"Ugh."
had sex like that.
You know, like, oof.
What is it in the words of Bruno Mars? Fucking like gorillas.
Fucking like gorilla. Ugh. Or just like, I don't know, like what, you're clubbing each other with your fists and
I don't know. I've never seen gorillas fuck, but I assume it's pretty wild. And
Look up gorillas fucking.
I know,
Not
that's
what
why we
you
need
wanna-
a fucking producer. Like, I need a Bob. Like, Bob.
Gorillas
Instead of
fucking.
Bob, we need a Brad. We need a Brad.
Brad.
Brad, look up gorillas fucking. And it probably I'm gonna look up gorillas fucking, and it's probably gonna be like two South American
band
dudes in a
Gorillaz.
jungle fucking each other.
It's spelled differently.
It's the most vile
I
shit
know
you've
it's
ever
spelled
seen
differently. You
comes
know
up.
why I know it's spelled differently? Because of Captain Ron.
Holy shit. I
Fucking Captain
fucking
Ron.
love that movie.
There's a
I
lot
honestly
of
think that was the first R-rated movie I saw.
there's a lot of animated.
R-rated?
There's a lot
I
of
don't know,
like
maybe.
AI animated gorillas fucking black women on here. Here's one of actual gorillas fucking.
Oh my god. I regret bringing this up.
Can we make this bigger?
Made a huge mistake.
They fuck like we do.
Really? They fuck missionary?
No, that's not missionary. He's got her like she's like on her stomach, and he's just kind of behind her, like kind of like on stomach doggy.
Kind of like when a lazy girl lets you do doggy.
Yeah, like I'm tired, hit it from behind because you don't last that long from behind, you know.
Well,
And
then
then she
that's
just like lays on her stomach.
An
That's
upside down starfish.
that is not anything what I thought it would be.
How did you think they fucked?
I don't know. Just
Like gorilla fucking.
like you said, like it's kind of gross. But that's also like in the zoo, depressed, not free gorillas.
Oh
That's-
yeah, you think like those like the silverbacks up in the mountains in Africa, just like lighting candles and
No, they're like ripping trees down. And
spooning, spoon fucking,
right. They're just. It's like ugh.
prone bone.
Yeah,
Bloom says
nature,
it's called
you
prone bone.
Crazy. I don't know.
fucking,
Yeah, they do. Seen them. He's ignored. I guess yeah. He's in the Bronx Zoo. I've seen gorillas fucking. I just feel like it'd be really aggressive.
I've seen turtles fucking at a zoo, and that was pretty.
So have
impressive.
I.
Oh
The
my
one zoo, I
gosh!
see
And
two
like the
two
noises
tortoises.
that tortoises make.
Oh, they're like. Brah.
Oh, when a tortoise comes, it's fucking hilarious.
No, it's like the really high pitched.
Now I gotta look this up. God damn it. Like,
I make the same noise. Don't worry, ladies.
Or like they're really small tortoises, not the big ones. The small
Oh no,
ones.
I'm talking like the fucking giant ones. I've seen those fuck.
I wish we had like a Patreon because the shit that's coming up with gorillas fucking. There's oh god. I don't know if a gorilla is a term for a gay man, but one of these pictures is one big hairy gay guy eating an otter's butthole.
Holy shit!
Wait.
An
Is that
otter's
the-
a shaved gay man. Charlie.
Yes.
Okay. I was like,
I'll text you
She's
guys.
like, wait,
I'll
fucking
text you guys the
bestiality?
pictures. I'll
yeah.
text you the
It's like that.
pictures.
Is that code?
Yeah, it's code. I'm gonna text it to you.
No,
God.
that's fine. You
No,
don't
send it to the
have-
group chat. You
Yeah.
need to do this.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. We'll discuss later.
She's saying no, but she's looking at her phone, waiting for it to
But it's
come.
like
Oh my god. I'm looking
is-
at the chat, damn it.
is gorilla like in the chat or anybody listening is like a gorilla? Is it kind of like a bear? But like
Maybe like a
different?
muscular bear.
Maybe because like isn't a bear kind of like a hairy dad bod dude?
It's like a Bert Kreischer.
Like a bird. Have you seen The Machine yet?
No, I really need to.
I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 last night.
How is it?
I thought it was fucking awesome.
I've heard it's really good.
But it's also like sad at points. Like, I took like my 7-year-old and I felt like a bitch because like he's just watching the movie and a couple points.
Oh shit!
a
It looks
couple-
like Alex Jones. That's
yeah, doesn't it? I thought it,
Shut up.
fucking Alex Jones and Blair White right here.
like I thought it kind of looked like
Oh my. Okay.
for anybody listening right now, just DM me through the Nooner Nation Instagram and I'll send it to
Oh
you.
my god.
Because I don't think I can get away with posting that on Instagram.
I mean,
If you just put a smiley face over the asshole,
Over
you
the
probably
butthole?
could.
I'm actually kind of ashamed that it's even on my phone at this point. That's gonna get deleted and then go into recently deleted and delete it again.
this is off.
Because there's really no way for me to explain if that ever like comes up, you know?
Your wife's just like, Bill, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, yeah, the wife's like, what is it? So on the podcast, we were talking about gorillas fucking, and somehow I failed this picture. Machine was a great movie. Oh, cool. Cheech
Fuck
Chop
yeah,
says
Alex, what's up, dude?
I'll have to go see it because I do love me some Burt. Not a big fan of his stand up, really. Like not terrible. But him as a podcast dude or like just conversationally is fucking hilarious.
I do like watching that Something's Burning show he has.
Right.
Oh, that one's really good.
Yeah,
He
like
just
him
cooks.
conversationally, like I love him like that. His stand up,
when
his stand up is funny, but you like when I compare it to like a Tom Segura, like it's not there. I
Yeah, no, the
guess.
story-based comedy, Tom Segura fucking kills that, but I wouldn't say.
Oh yeah.
I just can't stand the way Bert talks. Like his teeth, his tongue, like his whole mouth situation. Like I just end up watching that happening instead of what he's saying. And I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, he kind of has a lisp, but he kind of doesn't. And I'm like, I don't.
No, he's just drunk.
It's just drunk versus sober.
It's just slur.
I don't know.
I bet he's a
He's
fucking
like that
blast to hang
cartoon
out
that
with.
talks with like his tongue comes out of his
Oh.
mouth as he talks.
Oh.
What?
Right? And like it's weird.
Maybe.
And I
Yeah.
end up just staring at that. So like on Something's Burning, it's his profile, so I don't have to see his mouth moving.
Yeah, did he take his
That's
shirt
the one
off
with
in
him
that?
and Guy Fieri.
I haven't watched that one. And his wasn't it with his kids too, guys? Kids?
Yeah, it was Guy's son and Bert.
He did a
Guy,
something's
it was real good.
he did a something's burning with Guy Fieri.
Yeah,
Dude, I gotta check that
really
one
good.
out. Welcome to Flavor
I know.
Town. Have you
Guy
ever heard?
Fieri is a fucking G.
There's a stand-up comedian. I can't remember his first name. His last name's Torres, and he has like a fucking incredible bit about Guy Fieri. About like why does everybody shit on Guy Fieri?
Oh yes. He kind of talks a little bit slow.
Yeah, he's a little slow. He's like I think he's got like some sort of issue where like
He's like, what did that guy do
yeah, it's
to
like, what
any
did
of you?
anybody? he's like and then he's like yeah, and then who's the other one that hung himself?
Anthony
Anthony
Bourdain.
Bourdain.
Bourdain. He's like everybody's all about Anthony Bourdain. He's like, but he's like he has something where he talks about like imagine if like you had Bourdain and Fieri in World War II. Like Bourdain's the dude from Save It Private Ryan that just like is crying in the stairwell. And then and then Fieri's like in the foxhole with you earning dope nicknames like El Fuego and just like grabbing hand
The mayor of Flavor Town.
like yeah, like grabbing hand grenades and throwing them back at German and saying, "Welcome to Flavor Town, bitch."
I think Anthony Bourdain would be like not the dude crying on the stairwell, but probably the dude possibly committing like war crimes, and you're like, I don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
be around that guy.
Yeah, he's just like walking around like cutting out the tongues of dead Hitler youth. You know, it's like
It's like apparently it's Shane Torres.
Shane Torres. Yep. Yeah, dude's fucking hilarious.
Thanks, Woom.
He has that whole like his whole special. Like I've heard the album and it's fucking hilarious.
Speaking
So-
of new specials, have you seen Big J Okerson's new one?
I have not.
It's so good.
I don't know
Does a-
if I have either.
There's
I
a little
s-
bit of crowd work and stuff in it
Does
too.
nice because
So
I watched Chris Porter's new one on YouTube. I don't know if you're familiar with Chris Porter, but tall, skinny dude.
No.
Pretty
That
fun.
narrows it down. Thank you.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Go check it out. I've seen him live, and like talked to him for a little bit, like after his thing he did like 2 years ago in Des Moines, and like a lot of the stuff I was watching the special, and when I saw him live like 2 years ago, it was really interesting. He did like 45 minutes, and
Damn.
yeah,
Damn.
but like after like 20 minutes, like he got his phone out, obviously like hit record, and like his demeanor changed a little bit and like how he was presenting some of the jokes. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is like him working new stuff. And then
Yeah.
like all the stuff, like all that stuff that he was doing in like the last 25 minutes, like most of it is like the closing bit of his new special. So I was like watching the special, I was like, I know this. This is awesome.
Oh fuck yeah, that's awesome watching someone do the special and see bits that you saw them practice.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I was just about to say that must be pretty cool seeing that. And like, because I mean, I guess that's a pretty common thing. Like,
Well, yeah, that's
try
what
out
they
new
work. 'Cause I mean,
stuff and then
here it's a Funny Bone,
it.
which is like a franchise, I guess. Like Funny Bones. There's a
Mm-hmm.
few. There's a Funny Bone in Des Moines, and they have some fairly big names. Like Christina P. rolls through once a year. I think like Damon Wayans going to be there. One of the Wayans brothers is there like next week. So they get like some pretty decent names, but I'd say it holds maybe 150 people. It's not
Damn,
huge.
so that's a pretty intimate show.
Yeah, like I mean, it's big enough to where like you get some pretty solid laughs. And I'm sure they make some decent money off of it, but it's not like it wasn't like an arena or anything like that. So
But that's probably like the best size crowd to try new stuff on too, though. Maybe.
yeah, oh yeah, that's where they do it. Like that's what like the big guys, so like the Seguras and Chappelle and Rogan and all those dudes that do arenas now. Like that's when you hear them like, oh, like Chappelle popped into Vulcan or whatever in Austin. He's like, yeah, he's there
Yeah.
testing out shit.
You know, he'll do like Creek in the Cave and shit like that too.
Yeah. I want to go to the new. Next time I'm in Austin, we need to go to the
Mothership.
mothership. Even though
Yeah, I
is
was
it
about to
hard
say
to
now
get in?
it's-
It's got to be really hard to get in.
I mean, we could just hit up our boy Mike Eaton.
I wonder how that would. I haven't even looked into what it's like.
But it'll.
I think tickets are pretty cheap as long as you buy them 3 months in advance.
Yeah, that's the thing. But also, like, is it going to kind of die down a little bit once? Because right now it's just all of
it's
Rogan's
killers.
people, right? Like fucking Roseanne Barr was there the other night.
No, she's always there. Her and Ron White are there like at least once a week at this point.
Damn.
So it's fucking insane what he's doing down there.
Alex
Pauly
says
Shore
Zane
popped
I
in.
didn't know Zane Lamprey was even doing stand up now.
Apparently, Carlos Mencia's back too. Like, he's
Is
doing
he at
Roswell.
Mothership?
No, he's doing Roswell, New Mexico tonight. I think.
Oh
then-
wow.
I think tomorrow he's doing Albuquerque or tonight, something like that.
Oh, you're not going to go see him?
I don't know.
Just yell out, "You're Joe Rogan's bitch."
Joe Rogan's better.
Did you steal that from Joe Rogan?
That's
actually-
wild.
I'm not.
It's wild. 'Cause I remember like watching that dude's rise to fame on
Oh, yeah.
Comedy Central and how
it's
massive
like-
he got.
Mind of Mancia and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yes, I mean, he had a lot of shit going on.
Oh yeah,
And that's when
That's
Joe Rogan must have
wild.
been that big and he took him down.
yeah. Joe Rogan was the Fear Factor guy. You know, I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
no,
I didn't even know Joe Rogan did stand-up comedy until like.
I didn't know for a while either.
I mean, I think he might have even been like well known for podcasting
I
before I,
knew him
really
for
understood
podcasting.
his. Yeah, like
Before I knew him as the Fear Factor guy. to be
oh, see, I
completely
knew him.
honest.
So first, I knew him as BattleBots when BattleBots was still on pay-per-view.
No
Ooh.
fucking way.
He was the original
I bet
comment. He was the original commentator for BattleBots, and then he went and replaced Corolla and Kimmel on the Man Show for like a season, and then it just died because it wasn't very good. And Jimmy Kimmel can go eat a fucking dick nowadays. You did the Man Show, dude. Like, shut the fuck up. That's not I'm not. We don't even have to get into that because people do it all the time. But like, dude, you're on
Fuck
late.
that
You're
guy,
on fucking late
Fuck Jimmy
night
Kimmel.
acting all this shit. Like, dude, you did fucking blackface, and you had women in like bikinis jumping on a
Jello
trampoline. Like,
Wars
shut
or
the fuck
Jello
up.
Wrestling.
Yeah, like the juggies on trampolines. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. But yeah, so then he did the Man Show, and then he did Fear Factor. I think he was also on a
was on
TV
News
show,
Radio, too.
news radio. So it's like I didn't know until, and then the podcast, and then somebody's like, oh yeah, like he's a great stand. He's one of the best stand-up comedians. Like, oh, he does stand up. Like I didn't even fucking know that.
Oh, and then the MMA commentary.
Yeah,
I knew he did that. And I was like, the dude from Fear Factor? Okay, whatever.
Find out he's like a decorated MMA fighter too.
oh yeah. Which brings a whole new light to
Who the
that
fuck is this guy?
that Fear
like
Factor
Forrest Gump.
episode. Have you seen that Fear Factor episode where that dude tries to fight him?
No.
Yeah.
Like it's like a couples one, like they did like a couples Fear Factor, and some like ratchet ass bitch like gets in some other dude's face and like slaps him like hard, like fucking slaps him hard. And Joe's like, whoa, 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 like you can't do that, like you can't go around assaulting people. And he's like,
I mean-
well, he said this, this, and this about me. He's like, okay, he called you a name, like you can't just hit him. Like, what are you fucking doing? And then like the chick's husband gets into it. He was like, you can't talk to my woman like that. He's like, she can't just fucking touch people like that. Like, and he's like, I'll kick your ass. He's like, no, you won't.
No.
And like producers like start coming in like, you don't want to do this. Like Joe Rogan will kick your leg off of your body.
And this is when he had a hair.
Yeah.
So he was still really young.
He was still volatile.
Yeah, when Ziggy Zaggy, oi, oi, oi. Man show shit. And they chug a big beer. That old, fucking old dude, just like sitting in the corner chugging beer the entire episode.
What the fuck?
Have you never seen the Man Show?
No,
I
that
never
was a- I was a
got
little
into
too young
that.
for that.
Maybe, yeah, I guess so. I
Yeah.
forget that you guys are like 10 years younger than me.
It was on. What was it on? Was it on Spike?
No, it was on Comedy Central,
Oh,
like late at night. Well, maybe it couldn't have been that late. Because I remember like
At least after 11, right? 'Cause
I'd
that's
go
when they do
visit
the
my
adult stuff.
grandparents, like in Indiana. Like there's like, these two farmers, like grandparent farmers. And they're like, oh, we should watch the Man Show. And they both thought it was hilarious.
Oh, well, that's good.
There's,
As long as they weren't like, oh my god.
I just remember some sketch where it was like almost like a Baby Jessica thing, but like Rosie O'Donnell fell down a well, and they're trying to get Rosie O'Donnell out of a well, and she fell down the well because she was chasing a powdered donut
Oh
and
my
tripped and
gosh.
fell down the well. So it's like just like actually, one of them, like Corolla or Kimmel or somebody's like outside like this well, like it's supposed to be like a news thing, and they're like hour 4 of like Rosie watch. I was like, she's in high spirits. This is back
Was
when
it like the Baby Jessica bullshit?
yeah, it was exactly like the Baby Jessica thing, but it was like Rosie O'Donnell instead of a baby in this well. And it was like when Rosie O'Donnell was doing the Rosie O'Donnell show. I don't know if you remember that. She had like her own like yeah, she had her own like afternoon talk
Yeah, she
show.
had, like, a
Talk show, right?
Yeah, and she even had like to the point where she had like a plush Rosie O doll. That like if you squeezed it, it did like Rosie-isms. And it was like the Tickle Me Elmo. Like you could not get one.
The Molest Me
Yeah.
Rosie.
Yeah, I had one actually. So,
I forgot about that.
but yeah, so like
Aren't they like trying to bill her as like a white Oprah?
maybe
I think
maybe when-
people loved her.
maybe when
Like
Oprah
I
was
remember
fat.
liking her when I was little because she was in
Flintstone.
A League of Their Yes, A League of Their Own, and Flint. She was a fucking Betty.
She was hot in Flintstones. Like fuck.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and then she was also in Now and Then. Like she was in all these movies that I watched growing up, and I was like, she's great.
Yeah, but it's
And
like
then she
just
got on
like
The
just
View,
like
and it's
Whoopi
just like, she's a
Goldberg is
little
like, no, it's
creepy.
awesome. Like these women are really funny and everybody loves them. Let's get their political opinion.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why anybody thought that was necessary.
I know. Who lets you broad speak? Come on now.
It was a
That's the first
huge
mistake.
mistake.
I know. The View over here making women think their votes matter. Come on.
I'm a little bit proud knowing that, like, if this was not in the 1930s, I would have been put in a sanitarium long ago for my loud mouth and been, like, fucking lobotomized,
Oh, yeah.
probably.
Yeah, your
I'd-
tramp mouth just spouting out.
I think I'd be.
This
lobotomized
one's
by
mouthy.
Yeah, just like look at this one. The whore makeup, obviously retarded. Lobotomy.
Oh, gosh.
Or either that dude
Yeah.
like, she's one of them lesbians. She got ideas.
She's
no.
corrupting the women and the youth.
Is
Showing
it
her shoulders.
is it bad that you said that? I immediately thought of this girl I grew up with, and she played softball, didn't really have boyfriends, and her mom would constantly accuse her of being a lesbian.
Well, was she? Sounds like a lesbian to me.
No, she actually wasn't.
Either lesbian or ugly.
If the softball glove fits,
She wasn't completely unfortunate looking.
So like but
you
I mean,
hesitated.
softball.
I
You're-
hate her.
if
Oh,
you're-
well, at least I did. So.
If you're a straight woman playing softball, it's an uphill battle. I mean, it'd be like being a straight dude in gymnastics. you
You're
know?
not going to be good at it.
See, a lot of the softball girls were not like whores or anything like that, but like they got with dudes. They got with
Not at my high school.
Yeah, because there wasn't enough butch chicks to just bang the shit out of them. So like I guess
Yeah,
the closest
no.
thing.
dude.
At my high school, the
Those are like
softball team was
country
like
girls.
dating each other.
Yeah, see, I don't know if who played. I can't even remember who played softball in my high school.
Like some of them have kids now, but like for the most part in high school, they all dated each other.
Well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't That is very possible. I did not play softball, so I don't know. But I mean that's possible. But I do know that they all got with dudes too.
Yeah. See, in my school, like the volleyball girls were always the ones. Like they dated guys, but give them enough like coconut flavored rum at a party, and they're all fucking each other. You know.
The volleyball
Yeah.
teams were always fun to hang out with.
And a lot of them played softball as well, because it's a pretty similar build.
Right.
Sturdy
Because
base.
it will.
Very
One-
sturdy.
They're different seasons too. So in the off season for softball, it makes sense. But like they also, you know, they're just always with girls and they have this camaraderie together, and it makes sense that they would also touch each other when they got a little drunk.
Now, two girls 69ing.
But I also think the same thing about football players too.
I've seen some football players do some pretty gay shit. So.
I would always
Yeah.
accuse the football players of being gay, and they would get so mad. And it's just like, you do the gayest shit.
Oh, they do
like,
the
don't get
gayest
fucking
shit.
mad at me when you're
Look,
doing
dude,
it. I'm
because it's
calling it
funny.
out.
I was like,
Your
like,
dick's in his ass. How is that the joke?
because my dick's in his ass. Makes him gay. I said no homo
Right.
first. Yeah.
I kissed him behind the ear and said no homo.
Yeah.
It is. It still is. It's just kind of like, you know, dudes running around together, tackling each other, getting piles with each other. They slap each other's butts, and then they go and shower with each other. Like, come on. Come on.
Circle up, boys.
Oh, they're coming on each other too. So you know, there's that.
Why do you think
That
the football drains?
camaraderie.
Yeah, no. Why do you think the football drains are always clogged at every high school?
Camaraderie.
Oh, God.
I mean, there needs to be some kind of shirt about camaraderie.
We're all in this
Not-
together. Time
It's not a bad one.
Yeah. I'm here in the name of friendship and camaraderie. Ugh.
It's all about that camaraderie.
All the camaraderie. Which, there is no camaraderie. I mean, is camaraderie like just like when you come together?
Yeah, it's like Bukake.
You know, like how like, you know, the ladies are always like, let's come together. Is that camaraderie at that point?
I mean, it's, you know, the Beatles sang about it.
About coming together? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Come together right now.
Over me.
Over me. I feel like Ringo was catching that one.
Ringo was totally the one on the floor. That or George.
Who wrote that one?
I think George did.
It might have been a George one. Don't know. It
Who
all
knows
sucks.
what he was doing in India, dude?
Yeah, it's when they're like, yeah, all playing the fucking sitar, being weird.
Just doing acid and probably sucking each other out.
Yeah, doing a lot of drugs.
Have you ever seen the meme, like the John Lennon and Yoko Ono like album cover, where it's like they're naked and it's them from behind, and Yoko Ono.
Oh, no.
And Yoko has like a terrible, terrible ass.
I've seen the fetal position one.
You know, she's like a long back, right?
Yeah, and it was like, can you imagine the greatest band in history be broken up by an ass like this? Oh god, I opened my
Yeah.
phone up and went right back to that hairy dude eating the other dude's asshole.
That's what you get.
God.
No, even John got a girlfriend while they were together too. So like he wasn't even faithful.
Well,
to
John
her.
Lennon was a piece of shit. Like,
Fuck John Lennon.
fuck John Lennon, right? Like, fuck him.
Yeah.
Piece of
So
shit.
a lot of people like to blame Yoko, and it's just like it was all fucking John. Like, don't blame Yoko's just a batshit crazy woman.
John's just a piece of shit.
He is the problem.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Let her come to practice, okay?
John Hinckley should have gotten. Right, it was John Hinckley?
Yeah.
Should have gotten a
think
fucking
so.
award.
So, like, you probably can't see
Oh
it.
gosh.
That's a terrible ass.
It's like Hank Hill's ass. Like,
I've seen one
literally.
of those in person. She had like really nice hips and everything, so you think it was going to be a nice ass, and then as soon as you turn her around,
Low.
bam.
Like, as our boy JJ would say, like, white women have low butt cracks, right?
That's the sad thing.
Or
She
do they
wasn't
have
even a
high
white
butt
woman.
cracks?
She wasn't
Does it-
even white. That's the sad part.
Like, her butt crack like starts underneath her her hip bones.
Oh, Mark David Chapman.
Mark David Chapman.
Yeah, I was just thinking Hinckley. I think Hinckley was Reagan.
Yeah.
Hinckley,
For
yeah.
sure.
Like trying to impress a 14-year-old Jodie Foster.
Isn't that wild as shit? Jodie fucking Foster.
But
All people.
Jodie Foster was like the Millie Bobby Brown of the like 80s, right? Like kind of like this
Yeah, that was in, like, the
over-sexualized
70s.
teenager.
Because Taxi Driver was in like 77, 78?
Probably. Brad, look this up.
Her ass is like inverted.
Ugh. I don't want to see this.
Oh, but you're watching a dude fucking eating out another dude's butthole?
Charlie's standards tonight are very.
I know. A very hairy man
One was Curiosity.
with his face behind a very hairless man, by the way.
The cat's already dead because of that. Okay, Curiosity killed that cat. The cat's dead.
Kitty.
The cat
Killed the
can't look
kitty.
at the second
No,
picture.
it's Schrodinger's fucking. Box
Taxi
of-
Driver was 76.
Ah.
Jodie Foster's going to be in the new season of True Detective, by the way.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, it's set in Alaska, like during the when it's dark all the time.
Gross.
I think that'd be dope. We're rewatching the first season of True Detective right now,
Yeah.
and we just
Oh,
finished.
this meant being in darkness is gross.
Oh,
I
Like
don't
all
know
the
that.
time.
Especially if it was cloudy all the time too.
I know. I bet like tanning beds sell like crazy there though.
Just go
Oh, I
open a
wonder.
tanning business in Alaska.
Yeah. I bet they probably own their own tanning beds
No, the power grid.
because you can actually you can buy your own. I know people that have them.
Yeah. Stand-up ones, at least. I've never seen someone with like a lay-down one.
I've known somebody with a lay down one.
That's some big dick energy.
It was, and they built this entire room in the back of their garage, and it was their tanning bed, their Peloton bike, and then an infrared sauna.
Shit.
And my friend, the male in that situation, used all three. His wife didn't look like she used any of them, so I don't know.
Fucking.
Well.
Maybe she just wasn't tanning areas you can see.
Well, it's she's was she
Just
wearing
cooking the roast beef.
wearing a shirt and thigh-length socks, but just no bottoms, getting in the
Yeah,
tanning bed.
Cooking the roast beef.
It's the inverse where people talk about how tan lines, bikini tan lines, draw attention to where you want men to see, right? When you're naked, it's the inverse of that. It's don't look at my ass or my pussy. Look at my pale ass legs.
This might be me. I absolutely hate it when I'm watching what is it, Revenge of the Nerds or Caddyshack or some shit like that. And you see some girl with just a bikini tan line titties. I fucking hate it. I hate it.
Are you talking round bikini tan line titties or square bikini tan line?
Triangle.
Any. When they're just blinding white against super tan skin, for especially, it's oh my god.
Yeah, that was the
That's what the
80s.
Weeknd
That's fucking
was talking
horrible.
about By blinding lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're when they're super light skinned and then they tan really well, and you're oh, that's.
That was an 80s thing. You can thank Pamela Anderson for that, I think.
I don't know. I think Caddyshack and
That was early
was
80s.
before. Well, no. I meant before.
And I think Caddyshack was
Because
Brad,
Pam was 90.
when did Caddyshack come out?
It was
Brad's gonna look it up. I'm gonna get Brad a
84?
microphone later. Hold on.
It's 83, I think.
88. No, that's Caddyshack
Whoa.
2. Sorry. Caddyshack 2 was 88? Caddyshack was 1980. Thank you, Brad.
Whoa. So it took
80.
them 8 years to make a sequel for that one?
And the sequel's terrible, though.
I mean, they didn't need a sequel.
Does anything need a fucking sequel?
Well, the Caddyshack has hardly
Star
a movie.
Wars.
What the fuck is it even about?
Nothing. That's the point of it. It's
Caddyshack?
about nothing.
It's
I guess
about
it's about a country
the,
club,
It's about the
technically, I
caddy
think.
trying to go to college.
It's about a humble boy paying his way through college.
No, no,
right?
no, 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 no.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a coming of age
that kid
story.
is kind of like the main character, but there's
Living-
like just so many different plot points. It's kind of like this movie's kind of all over the place. I'm enjoying myself, but it's super all over the place.
He's just a boy living the American dream, paying his way through college, trying to get some fucking pussy.
So that was 1980s. The like the hot chick in that, like the kind of whorish hot chick that everybody's after. She was 26 when she played that role. She's 80s hot for sure. Cindy
Hot is
Morgan.
like,
My producer Brad sending over pictures of Cindy Morgan.
yeah, no. Have you like watched American
Ooh, she didn't
Psycho and,
age
like,
well,
looked at
though.
the women?
Do what?
Have you ever like watched American Psycho and looked at like the beauty standards of the '80s and just been like, ugh?
It's cocaine
American
chic,
Psycho
right?
was 90s.
Yeah, but it's based in the '80s, right?
Probably late 80s, early 90s. Wolf of Wall Street era kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, like when women had no asses and shit.
It was all about huge fake tits. Nobody gave a shit about asses then.
Yeah, a flat ass was.
People
What
want to
you
bitch about the
wanted.
Kardashians. At least they brought asses back.
Well, I feel
That's
like
one thing I agree with them on.
No, that's true. Because I was gonna say, I feel like it kind of started with J Lo, but it was like only for J Lo. But the Kardashians started like everybody wanted.
They
that.
mainstreamed it, right? They made like,
Yeah.
oh, other people besides J Lo can have an ass.
I was gonna say the real queen there was Selena.
Selena.
Yes,
She had a
unfortunately.
fat-
Did she have an ass?
She had a
Oh
fat ass.
yeah.
Brad, look up
She had
Selena's
a
ass.
Perfect body.
There was controversy when J Lo played her that J Lo didn't have a fat enough ass to be.
Good
Selena.
God.
And they stuffed it.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Selena was perfect.
yeah. Fuck, I
That
didn't know.
smile on Bill's face says
I didn't
it
know
all.
Selena was hitting it like that. I'm about to go listen to that goddamn album again. Good Lord.
Dude. Yeah.
Selena's the fucking queen. God. J Lo would have never existed if Selena hadn't died.
That's probably true because J Lo, she's good at being hot and she's good at dancing, and she's also now just through that has become good at being famous.
She's she's better at acting than anything else.
You think so? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I
she's a
do.
good
Like,
actress.
she was in The Cell. Like that shit was
The
crazy.
Cell. I was about to say like that movie. I remember watching that. Like I used to watch that fucking constantly when it came out, and up until very recently, there was some things in that movie. I look back, I was like, oh God, like why did my parents let me watch this? That's a fucked up scene.
Yeah, I remember watching it really young too and thinking like this is wild. But there are so many scenes in that that still live in my head. And then she's okay with like the rom-coms, like Monster in Law. I really like her in that. She was
That was
Yeah,
good
like-
with Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
But was she good in it, or is the movie just good enough?
Well, then you have
And
that
also
one with
doesn't
Matthew
require it
McConaughey.
doesn't require like any kind of like incredible acting, right?
Didn't she do like
Um,
due date or like what to expect when you're expecting to?
Yes, and then Enough. That was a really good one where she played the
Was it,
domestic
though?
violence.
Just shoot the dude at the beginning of the movie. There's
Didn't
no
she
movie.
do like Obsession too, or Obsession style movie where she like fell in love with some guy or she was married? to some
Yeah,
guy?
she falls in love with like a college kid or something.
Okay.
Again,
was
I mean,
like a
she's not
monk or
getting
something.
she's not getting cast as the lead in like A Star Is Born. You know.
I mean, I think she would have been. A better
What, you didn't like A
lead
Star Is
for that
Born? That's an
one.
incredible movie.
I don't know. I don't like.
I
Lady
think.
Gaga.
Oh, I'm just saying. I think she did. I think she did just as good as Lady Gaga did.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. Originally, I think. Who was he gonna? I think Rihanna was gonna get cast first in that.
Rihanna
Bradley
in A
Bradley
Star Is
Cooper
Born?
wanted Rihanna first, and like she
That
wouldn't
would've
do
been
it.
Fucking good.
Interesting.
But I
I'd
mean, it's still
preferred
dope.
that.
I still liked the movie.
But oh man, I do remember that abortion that was Geely that ended Bennifer the first time. That shit
Yeah.
was so fucking bad.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched
It's
it. I
so
would-
bad. I won't even watch it. Not because like I'm afraid of how bad it is. It's just like I don't want to buy into the hype of how bad it is, kind of thing.
No, my parents rented it when it first came, or my dad rented it when it first came out, and so we watched it, and we were all like, "This is fucking horrible." And it was so bad. And so like, I got to be one of those hipsters that was like, oh, no, no, no. I was one of those people that said it was bad from the beginning because it truly was. They
By the way, here we
truly
go.
earned that badge of goodness. That was awful.
There's
God damn.
Selena's ass.
That's Kim Kardashian as Selena.
No, this is Selena.
No, I think that's the real Selena.
I'm trying to get it to where I can, like, you guys can
Oh,
see it.
that's Kim Kardashian
It's
as
not.
Selena. For
I'm telling you, it's
Halloween.
not.
Oh yeah.
It literally says it right there.
Does it?
And Kim K, you wish.
It's back in rumors. Is it though? Oh,
Yes, it is.
that's the one I saw. So maybe now I'm.
You know, Selena's.
So now I have a new appreciation for Kim Kardashian's ass. Because goddamn. But I think like, I'm assuming Selena's probably natural.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, she
100%.
was 22 years old when she was killed.
Yeah, no, and that was in like 90.
She got killed by an ugly chick. Like, God, how terrible is that? You see this one?
Well, I've also heard, I don't know if this is true, that her parents were actually, what is it called? Jehovah's Witness. And like she actually needed a blood transfusion and she would have survived, but they don't believe in that in their religion. And so they let her die.
Plus, she was
instead
shot
of-
in the neck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm also getting. Thank you, Brad, for sending me this. I'm also getting Selena Gomez's ass. Not the same,
Selena
but still not
Gomez.
terrible.
Selena Gomez is pretty fucking hot.
Dude, you know whose ass is making a comeback? And we've
Ooh.
known about it for years as drinking bros. But dude, Hillary Duff,
Oh.
Good.
She's double caked up.
dude, good God.
I'd eat that shit like fucking groceries.
Charlie, you have a nice butt too. Sorry to you.
Yeah.
no, I was just thinking about her butt.
Hillary Duff's butt.
Going over like the proper oxy photos that I've seen of her butt. And like
What?
jeans and then like in a white bikini. So, I
What?
was just
Or
like,
does
yeah.
she not have a nice butt?
No, yeah, she does.
Do you
That's
have
why
a
I was like
judgment
thinking of it.
Hillary Duff's butt? Or are you thinking of it the same way we are? We're like, God damn.
You know, it
No,
like hangs
not-
off a shelf.
Not quite like that, but like no, she has a nice behind. Natural
That mom
too.
ass.
Like
That mom ass that only like women who've had kids
Pixar
have.
moms. Comes from
that's
somewhere.
another thing I was kind of thinking. Like, did she have ass when she was younger, before kids?
No,
or did
I
it
think
come in
I think she
after?
done built it, right?
Yeah, no,
Maybe.
Because she's also like, she's, I don't know, like I guess you'd say thicker, like,
Oh boy. Double caked up.
right? Like,
Looks like she's smuggling hams.
Well, you might be right on that. Like, she's probably like she might have started working out her ass more specifically. Because she has like what, 3 kids or just 2?
she's just like, she's probably just like, in reality, like, because I've worked at a gym before, like, a hot mom who gained some weight in the areas you want to gain weight in when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And then just started working out like fuck to lose the weight everywhere else and just got fucking built. You know?
Well, a lot of that is genetics too, because you
Oh, yeah.
can't lose weight or you know.
I'm pretty sure she owns a fucking stair machine.
Yeah, I mean you can build muscle, but you can't, you know.
I bet she could crush
weight
a head
loss.
with those cheeks.
Yeah, Hillary Duff's got it. I mean, can you imagine 69ing with Hillary Duff?
She'd crush your head if you pissed her off.
Oh my god.
Not even with her thighs either, with her
dudes.
ass.
Oh god.
I know. We're terrible people. I haven't even looked at my notes for this episode. Speaking of, though, Hillary Duff, this is one thing. I saw Britney Spears is like giving up her kids.
What?
Or
What?
K-Fed. K-Fed. She okayed for K-Fed to take them to go live in Hawaii with him.
I thought she was living in. I thought that's where she was.
Doesn't she live in, like, she lives in Vegas, doesn't she?
I thought there was something that people were talking about her and that dude were living in Hawaii.
Sam?
It was before they got married.
I don't know. I just saw
I-
this thing where, like, she's agreed to, like, have K-Fed take the kids to live in Hawaii. But she's fucking out. Have you seen now? She just like now on Instagram she'll just like post pictures of like her boobs, like in a bra. But I mean, it's literally just
I
like
think I
like,
heard
boom.
that in what was it, RPR? But like, I was thinking like, because she's done topless photos and put like the flowers
No,
over
like
her.
it's literally just like her chest, like here,
Yeah, just boobs.
like from the neck to like the mid rib, like framed of her boobs in a bra.
Okay,
Yeah, no, she's.
she's not.
I don't give her much longer.
Her latest post
I don't know
is a
about that,
picture
but-
of her with, I'm assuming, one of her kids, and it's a screenshot from somewhere that has watermarks on it.
What
Like the picture
fuck?
has watermarks, so she's like screenshotted it from someplace, and then it's just 2 roses is the comment, like the caption.
She is going to kill herself.
There's something going on. Like,
There's
hey,
something wrong with her. This is
There's-
unhinged. Like, no one does that. What?
Does anyone feel bad for the Free Britney yet?
leave Brittany alone. Maybe we shouldn't have left Brittany alone. You know?
I don't know. Like maybe this is just how she was beforehand, and now we're just all seeing it, and we're like, oh my gosh.
This is why she had the conservatorship. Oh shit.
I don't know if we can see this. I'm trying to get it to where you can see it.
Reposting a pic.
Way to dock C Hapes like that he
See, Apes liked it. Oh, I'll throw it a like. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
man.
care.
Be proud of what you like on Instagram, because yeah, people can see that shit.
it's like the Pope liking fat asses.
Yeah. But remember back when you could actually go and look at people like what they've liked?
Oh, that caused a lot of drama and
Oh, I
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
no,
did.
exactly. Like I loved that because I knew like when guys were, it's like, oh, I'm the side chick now. Okay, that's fine. That at least I know this. Thanks Instagram, and then they took it away, and then like,
That's why
Damn
I hated
it.
it.
Yeah.
oh, I loved it. I would go in there and like look at like all the weird shit that people would like and judge them for it. It was super entertaining.
Oh yeah. I'm also just like I'm a like whore. You know, I just like go through like,
Yeah.
block.
Speaking
Like-
of blocking, like I got blocked on Snapchat by someone because I made a post saying which one of you fucking degenerates is always at knockouts, which is the strip club here. And it turned out it was one of the single moms I was talking to, and she was dancing.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
So
Yeah, no, like
you've been banging a stripper single mom. Good for
I guess
you.
I didn't even know. So like
Strippers are people
kinda-
too.
I'm just kind of disappointed because like she acted like I was judging and trying to fight. But, like, it's like I just want to go.
What, to knockouts?
I've never been to a strip club. I'm 25 years old. No.
We should go. Next time we're all like in Austin. There's gotta be
What?
a decent one in Austin.
There's one like by off the freeway that looked pretty nice. I was trying to get Coop to stop there, but he was like, "No,
No, his ex probably works there.
maybe."
Oof.
She comes out on stage holding 2 big red flags.
It's like a
That's
carnival
hilarious.
ride.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll take you to a strip club, man. Like, I'm not a huge strip club guy, to be honest, but like, I'll go. Like, they're typically entertaining if you know, like, I've found them to be more entertaining when I'm just not in the mood to be there, because then I'm just like then I'm just seeing how ridiculous the whole scene is compared to like when you go, you're
Yeah.
like, man, I want to get some titties rubbed in my face, right? Like, then you're just worried about having titties rubbed in your face. But if you're just like people watching in a strip club,
I bet that's fucking entertaining.
It's wild.
there's a T-shirt, strip club people watcher.
That's what I've done every time I haven't gone in a long time, but I went a lot more when
Well, I
I
mean,
was
is it hard to
younger.
really see what people are doing when you're up on the stage like that?
Yeah, it's super easy. It's really well lit.
I
No.
mean, like you never know these days. I know 5 women that are on the pole, so and they work full time.
Ladies of the pole.
No, but, like, yeah, we used to go when I was younger, because because we couldn't drink, and so like that was something fun to do. We could get in there.
Oh, was it 18? You can get in at 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I got in trouble for drinking one time because I went with my friends that was 21. It was also BYOB.
Yeah,
Because
juice bar.
here we have a rule that if they get fully nude, they cannot sell
Yeah,
alcohol.
but you can bring it.
Yeah,
You
I
can
think
bring
it's the same
beer.
way.
You can bring beer and wine, right? But you can't bring hard liquor.
No. For us, you could bring
Oh.
anything.
Here, see, here in
Anything you
Iowa,
want.
they have that. They call it the juice bar. Like it. Yeah, if they get full nude, you can bring beer and wine. But if you're caught with like liquor, it'll throw you out. But if it's just topless, then they go full bar.
Yes, yeah, we have the same thing. And then after like 11 o'clock, you have to take it out to your car. Like at the nude, you have to take it out to your car, pour it, and then bring it back in. I don't know why.
what is-
That's a fun law.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like I don't know.
If you're
you
worried about
really want
people
that
getting
drink,
like
you're gonna
tanked at a
leave to go
strip
get it.
club and starting shit, let the strip club just sell booze that's overpriced. Because here they just like dudes just pick up like 630 racks of Bush and are hammering those, right? So like if you're charging them like $12 for a tall boy of Bush, they're only gonna drink like 3 of them. You know?
And no, and if I want if a ping pong ball is getting shot into anything, I wanted vodka because it's gonna be sterile.
Shit.
Ooh, but instead of
But-
a ping pong ball, what I want is like the ice cube, but it's round. You know? And then they shoot it into my whiskey.
Whoa.
Well, since it's ice, there's always, the chance of it getting stuck, like on A Christmas Story.
Hey, like that's her problem. She needs to practice. Okay,
You
You
know,
just need-
I'm a
there's
consumer.
that. I have seen somebody stick a $1 bill into a stripper's vagina.
Yeah, yeah.
That-
I've seen somebody roll it up in their mouth, and then the stripper like crab walk. It wasn't a sexy move.
Like
Like-
a waddle.
Like meh, crab walk and like like get it.
Like, all
Out
right,
his mouth.
fucking
Like a
the
crab.
Grinch. Is
Yeah.
it like that thing when the Grinch is like laying on his stomach, crawling on his toes, and
No, this
fingertips?
is like hands behind her, like tits up in the air, feet first. Like
This is like the Exorcist coming
yeah,
down.
like crab.
the
No,
stairs.
but the other way.
was she at least a
feet
goth
first.
chick?
Feet first.
Like,
I
she
mean,
grabbed it with her. She grabbed it with her lips.
I think it was more of like the butt cup, like hit it,
Okay,
but it was
okay.
close. But she got like the very top of the butt muscles, like, and then crab walked back and started stripping, and I was like, I was
That'd be impressive.
sober for that one. I was like, that was kind of that wasn't hot at all. I was like,
That's not hot, but that's impressive.
I had a stripper give me way too much power once over her.
too much power. Did you make out
Yeah.
with a stripper?
Do what?
Did you make out with a stripper?
Yeah, but that's not the story.
Well, I feel like everybody's made out. Like my wife's made. I've seen my wife make out with a stripper before. So,
Right? Like they always like the women more than the men. So that
yeah. I mean, I don't blame them.
Yeah, because they get tipped better.
Well, I mean, like
Sometimes
when it's just
I
like
didn't.
gross, you got like.
Oh
you're-
no, when they're acting like that with a woman, the men tip them better.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
But also like you're surrounded by just like gross dirtbag dudes throwing money at you. It's like, oh, here's a hot chick. I'm gonna go give her attention because like nobody else here, like none of these guys I'm gonna fuck with, you know.
yeah.
But anyway, so
So-
your stripper story.
Yeah, I'm actually going with a boyfriend and his 2 friends. My boyfriend didn't want to go because he actually didn't like strip clubs. So I'm like, no, let's go. Like it's, we're in Denver. It'll be fun. Let's go to a good Denver strip club. We did not do that. We went to a very bad one.
In
Oh, and
Denver,
very
like I
fucking
feel like
nasty.
hairy armpits and like
Not quite.
they're making like
Like
feminist
palace
statements
dance.
while they're stripping.
It was just kind of sad more than anything.
Was it the Scar Bar?
No,
Oh,
the
I've
girls
been
were
to one
just
of
like
those.
not really like dancing. They were just kind of like barely stepping
Yeah.
and like doing like the sad dance of like I don't want to be here.
They had a little too much Xanax that day, or what?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, they washed the
Um,
Zanny down with like a pint of Jameson in the back room.
Maybe.
She's fucking crying with the scissors that she uses to keep her hair lined up
Yeah.
to her wrist or some shit.
anyway, so there are two strippers and on a platform together, and so me and the two friends are trying to get to know each other. So we all go up to the stage together, and they notice, and one of the girls gets down and like comes up to my face, and I'm like, "Oh hey," and then she puts her head on my shoulder, tits up, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And gets the matches, like the shitty matches that have it's like almost cloth, and she
In a
rips it in
matchbook,
half.
like in a matchbook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and rips it in half and puts one of them and like puts one of her on her nipples, and does it to the another one, and then lights it and says, "Make a wish," and I just, oh, I don't know what I want to wish for.
Well, she has lit matches on her nipples.
Yeah.
Were they like
Oh.
pierced nipples through the piercings or what?
No, she just like stuck them on there somehow, and they stuck, and I was like, I'm gonna burn you. I didn't, but I did let them burn for a little bit because I was like, you are fucking insane. Like, I could just be super rude and way too much power. Fully
that
drunk
is
with
a
that
little
power.
more-
Yeah, you're about to burn your nipples off, bitch.
Right? But then I was like, no, I can't do that. That's mean. So I ended up like blowing
Yeah,
them
I
off.
would
But
say.
was like,
Yeah,
son
I
of a
don't know.
bitch.
Like I'd have the same thought in my mind, but then I'm too nice. Like, then I'd also be like,
Yeah,
can we get some like
I think
lotion?
that's,
Like,
I
she
laughed
burnt her
maniacally in
nipples.
my
Like,
head
can we get
and
some
was-
like, can we get some aloe over here? Like, are you
Get her
okay?
some
Do I need to take you to the
mustard.
hospital?
But yeah, just way too much power. Like and yeah, that's how I know that if I'm ever given any power, I will 100% abuse it because of that moment right there. It's like,
When Charlie realized she's a bad person.
I don't know. She
I
didn't. She
mean,
didn't put
it's
the
just-
matches on that bitch's nipples. You know, like
maybe that was a little bit too far. Maybe that kind of power. Like, give me the power over your nipples, and I will abuse
Okay,
it.
okay. I thought you were like nuclear missiles, and you're just like, I will fucking kill everybody.
No.
no.
She'll kill everybody just because
Nah.
that bitch put natural.
I'll
nipples.
just burn your nipples. I won't do that.
So I haven't
I
been,
won't burn them with radiation from a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
with
I haven't been to a
matchbook.
lot of strip clubs. I'm not a big strip club guy, really. But yeah, the first time I ever went, actually no, yeah. So well, actually the first time I ever went, I got in underage because a friend of mine was a bouncer at this one.
So when you mean underage, what age is that?
17.
Okay.
But you had to be guys. Had to be, this is in South Carolina, and at the time, guys had to be 21, girls could be 18. So I mean, pretty dirtbag industry there. But
Interesting.
They're trying to recruit.
so he was a bouncer there, so he let me in, and I ended up with getting like a I don't even know if it was even a lap dance, like just some attention from this one stripper. And then I don't know, I just felt weird about it. Like, I don't know, I've just never really been into it. Well, then so later, we all leave. We end up going to the bouncer's apartment, and like we're hanging out, like drinking, whatever, and the stripper comes in. Doesn't look nearly as good in natural light, or I guess like normal light. I was like,
Just
oh,
lighting
fuck.
in general.
Strippers don't look good in light though. That's why they're beautiful.
And then next thing I know, like this stripper that was like kind of like up on me is the guy's girl, like fiance. And I was like,
Oh, she was just on you for money then.
But I was
huh?
like, so I was like being really weird about it. He's like, oh, did she do the thing where like she rubs your thighs and stuff? And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's pretty fucking hot, isn't it? And I was like, oh, I guess, I don't know, man. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Like, what the fuck? And he ended up like going to jail for like scamming credit cards or something.
Oh.
But then
Hey. it's a legit
then
business.
when I was 18, some people took me to like a dumpy strip club in South Carolina, and got me like a private dance. And I've probably told the story before, but the first thing she does, she comes in and she's wearing like a cow print G-string So I mean, like, there's maybe like one spot on it, you know, in the front. You know, it's just like
Not
The
much.
outprint, it just wasn't dirty.
um,
Oh shit.
yeah, it might have been. It might have been a white one,
Ugh.
or a black
just
one
on
that
her
had
period.
cum on it. It was black, and the cow spots were just actually the like last dude's cum.
Damn it.
But like I'm in the chair, and she puts on cherry pie, which is like, even then I was like, really? Like we're going cherry pie?
It's generic.
Okay,
right.
like original. Like this is like, and this was like Lil Wayne was ruling the world at this point. It was like I figured
do
she
like
put in like
lollipops.
some fucking like, yeah, exactly. But she like walks up to me, turns around, so like her ass is right in my face, like bends down so her hands are on the floor, and I'm like, okay, and then she kicks her legs up and puts them like on my shoulders, and then proceeds to like back up, like scooch back, and like just starts twerking in my face, and like her cooch is like literally like a half inch from my nose. And I swear to God, the only thing I could think of was, is it awkward if she feels me breathing?
I mean, at least you're considerate.
So the whole time she's like, and
Just, like, give her
she
a little
does
puff
it.
of
She
air, just
does
like-
it for the whole song, like 3.5 minutes. The one move.
That's some core moves. Fuck.
I mean, looking back at it, yeah, impressive core, you know, decent arms, some nice, like, solid shoulders to hold yourself up like that. But like, do you not have anything else? But
That is one way to just like not interact with your client at all. And
but
just
literally, I
get
was the
your
whole
money.
time I am like breathing through my mouth, but like down.
You just gotta like just blow into it, give it like a little.
Oh no.
And everybody's like, I come out of the private room, like, dude, how was it? I was like, it was the most awkward thing I've ever experienced in my life.
It wasn't great.
It was like 69 and nobody's
Oh.
having fun. She obviously didn't want to be there. I lost interest real quick. You know?
69, dudes!
Gosh, that's fucking great.
Yeah, we might have to like reenact that one day. Like I'll get Stacy and like, so like me and her like make a sketch. If we ever do a Patreon, we'll make a sketch of her just like twerking in my face, and I'm just like over here like, oh god.
Have you ever gone into that, like the back room that's just a giant back room and not anything private? So you're just with everyone else in the back room getting a private dance?
I have after hours with somebody that I knew that was employed in the establishment.
But so nobody
Well-
else was in there then.
No, there
Swinging
was
dick
plenty
shit.
of people back there.
Okay.
Bill was filmed, is what he's trying to say.
I don't know. Nah, there's no camera phones. It's supposed to be like a private event kind of thing. It's also when I learned that having sex in a room full of people was not my thing.
Okay.
It wasn't. It never even
Oh, is this
started.
like one of those like?
It never
parties
even
down in
started
Austin?
to be. I mean, not quite like that.
Like the private.
It was like
clubs
you had
that
to
Oppenheimer
know
goes to?
somebody that worked there, you know, and it's like, oh well, after 2 we're gonna do this, and
It close at 2? So one's here
Some-
close at
some states,
4.
Like, the last call at 1, so.
Cause our bars close at 2, but a lot of people would go to the strip club because they stay open until 4,
yeah,
so people can
yeah,
continue to drink.
what it is. But that was a fun episode 69. Gonna hop off of here. We got the Golden Knights playing the Stanley Cup Finals, so gotta
Fuck
hit
yeah.
that. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Like always, like and subscribe on YouTube. Go out to iTunes, rate and review 5 stars. Spotify, it's just 5 stars. Walk away. Also, go check out Rep CPS. Use the promo code Nooners. Get 10% off your Show Me That Butthole hat. Very appropriate when you're 69ing because you're seeing the butthole. You know, it's right there,
Staring right into it.
tickling your nose. And so, also, if you're out there 69ing, do your partner some courtesy. Shave your butthole.
Shave your ass.
Yeah, you know.
And wash it and scrub
Oh, well,
it.
I mean, washing.
really
Like,
well.
do we need to tell people to wash their ass at this point?
Some people, yeah.
Oh, God damn. But anyways,
Use a wash rag, not your fucking hand, you degenerates.
don't tell me how to live my life. Anyways, it's been the Neuter Nation Podcast, episode 69.
69, dudes!
We got Jake. We got Charlie. I'm Bill. Good night.